and chain, ball and chain, ball and chain, 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 chain.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? I am your host, Rich. This is the Manwich Show. Today's topic will be the jab. But before we get going, let me play my disclaimer.
The views, opinions, and representations expressed are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The show is found on the
Manwich,
the regular, original.
dig in, guys.
can, but do not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only. Ta-da! And are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. Good evening, or morning, depending on your time zone. From the Pacific to the Atlantic to you worldwide. Get yourself a cup of java and find a comfy, easy chair. And get ready for my Manwich on Podcast Talk Radio After Dark. And now, it's Rich.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! And with that said, let's get into it.
Just going to be squeezing your arm, okay?
This was the first person to take the COVID-19 vaccine.
All done. What's that? All done.
I wonder what that life expectancy was after.
Do you even feel it? No.
Is she still alive today? This is a 4-year-old video. And this is 2005. January 2005.
Dr. Threw, you actually made a comment that no one was forced to have the vaccination. Who made the comment? Was it Dr. Threw?
Senator, I believe I made that comment.
You made that comment? Right. Mm-hmm. You were in Australia during COVID-19. You must have been fully aware that people, nurses, doctors, people to have their jobs, to keep their jobs, were forced to have the vaccination. Now,
This
do
is
you
true.
retract your statement that they were not forced?
Senator, no, I believe firmly that nobody was forced to have a vaccine. Mandates or vaccine requirements are determined by governments and health authorities. I believe everybody was offered an opportunity to get a vaccine or not get a vaccine. I don't believe that anybody was forced to take a vaccine.
A lot of Australians will disagree with you on that one.
Ooh, cutting deep. Oh, knife through warm butter.
I've already done a little rap this morning. I probably won't subject your viewers to it, but it is in. Oh well, make sure you get the jab.
Oh, dude's rapping.
Get the jab. Daily meetings about what we need to do and how we need to do it. Get the jab. Get the jab. We need to get out. We need to get those jabs. It's so important. Get the jab. Get the jab. Ready to go, fast. The jab.
This is crazy.
Getting young people encouraged to get out and get their jab is important. And I know there's TikToks, I know there's rap dances and all those sorts of things. We're making sure every step of the way, every day in every way, Australians get that jab. Get down to their local GP, to their pharmacy. Get that jab. Get that jab in the arm. Do it for yourselves, do it for your families. People's lives depend on getting that vaccination. The important thing is that Australians get that jab. Get down, get that jab. Get down, jab, jab.
And his popularity dwindled after this.
Jab. Get both of those jabs. Get that jab. Jab in the arm. Get out and get their jab. Get that jab. Make sure you get the jab, you know.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Julia has been training to be a doctor for 4 years. The past few months have been her hardest. She's unvaccinated and faced having to give up her career even before it began.
I'm already in over £40,000 of debt from my first degree, and I'm nearly on the home stretch. So it took a really big toll on my mental health. I've had to get into therapy for additional support because of this situation.
But do you accept that the vaccines work, that they save lives, they stop people from getting very sick and ending up in hospital?
With someone like me who is fit, healthy and young and who has already had COVID, those were reasons for which drove my position to not take the vaccine.
But now, just days before Julia and her colleagues had to be vaccinated once to meet the mandatory deadline,
they said forget about it.
Has reversed its decision.
While vaccination remains our very best line of defence against COVID-19, I believe that it is no longer proportionate to require vaccination as a condition of deployment through statute.
Especially if you already have the antibodies in your body.
The health secretary was confronted by an unvaccinated doctor in a hospital earlier this month.
What do you think of the new rule to require vaccination?
I have not had a vaccination. I do not want to have a vaccination.
And these views are shared by around 77,000 other NHS staff. Workers the health service cannot afford to lose. But around 95% of NHS workers have had the jab. The threat of losing their jobs boosted this number.
I personally couldn't bear to go to work knowing that I haven't done all I can to protect patients who may be very sick. They may be having cancer chemotherapy. If I give them COVID, I may take their life from them, and I just can't do that.
And these are pressures the care sector is all too aware of. Some 40,000 staff are thought to have quit because of the vaccine mandate that came into force in November.
There are many people who have had to make that decision already to leave their jobs, some of whom have been working in those homes for many years, and they're not necessarily now in a position where they're going to come back to those roles. So we've already lost something as a result of the policy.
Julia can now look forward to the career she's been dreaming of. But now she and all NHS workers will be hoping this U-turn does not cause any long-lasting damage to the health service. Ashish Joshi, Sky News.
I think it ensured that people will be having jobs to help other people who are employed through the health service.
Vaccine registration numbers in the Western Cape are slowly picking up. This after the province embarked on a massive campaign to help and encourage those 60 and over to register. But there are still concerns about those in old age homes who are refusing point blank to be vaccinated. Aisha Ismail tells us more.
Heck no, we won't go.
Elderly citizens at old age homes have been prioritized to be vaccinated against the coronavirus in phase 2. And while many have registered and are keen to be vaccinated, there are quite a few still hesitant or refusing the jab. But the MD at one old age home says it has a lot to do with misinformation and misunderstanding surrounding the COVID-19 vaccine.
We brought it down to their level and we told them that it's not harmful. There's quite a few that has taken it. We first had to ask consent from the families of these residents, and some of the family members said no.
But the hesitancy is not only among the elderly. Quite a few staff members were hesitant to register to be vaccinated.
I told them, although we can't enforce it, we know it's good for you. It's only going to protect yourself and your families as well as the residents that is there.
He says there are a variety of reasons for people refusing the vaccine.
They want to live?
One gentleman, he's currently using this ivermectin, and he feels that is helping him. And then there's another gentleman that is using the turmeric in milk, and he feels that he's never been sick after that. And then there's people that's using obviously garlic and milk, and
using those natural remedies.
He says educating people about the benefits of the vaccine is an ongoing process. Vaccine ambassadors like Archbishop Desmond Tutu and other religious leaders are being used to encourage people to get the jab. Aisha Ismail, Cape Town.
That was a strange name, by the way. I don't know if anybody caught that. I will leave it at that. That is an odd name that person had or has. Unless they had the vaccine and they're not with us no more.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Saturday, beginning of October. Had a relatively productive day today. Live streamed early this morning on After Hours. I think that I'm going to do a live stream on my other channel late tonight because I got so much work that I need to tackle and get into. And I don't have the luxury of being able to just chill and just have a good time and party every day. I haven't even really been out the house today, so I'm actually getting out the house right now. I got Rita right there. We are going to get some ice cream. You like my C's? You like how I pronounce my C's followed by E? I guess I'm about to go and take the shot. I've been having this dilemma. Let me spin around. I've been having this dilemma, ladies and gentlemen, in which, let me roll my window up. Having this dilemma in which I'm at odds right now. And I don't really want to talk about this extensively because I already got slapped on the wrist by YouTube about getting the shot. If you know what I'm talking about the shot.
Yeah, we call it the jab.
Then make sure you tap in and let me know what I'm talking about in the comments about the shot. But I've been having this dilemma about getting the shot. Largely been putting it off because I have no reason to. I have the antibodies.
That's what I'm talking about. I like this dude already.
COVID early last year. I've had no problem since then. I've been over in Miami over the winter. I know, I'm about to turn that right here. Miami over the winter, all of that. Like, life has been absolutely good. Rita has gotten the shot because Rita is going to be training in the healthcare professional field as a nurse because that's what she's going to school for. So you're going to do, what do you call it when you got to go in and do it? When you got to go into the places.
Clinicals.
She has to do clinicals and all of that. So Rita has decided to get the shot. But me, on the other hand, I am very much on the fence. I'm just not, I don't see a reason for it. I don't really trust it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I respect everybody else's decision to do it or not to do it. And I just don't like the idea that you are being forced to do it in order to be able to do anything in society. Over in New York, I heard allegedly there's a lot of places that you can't go into, including events, sporting events, restaurants, gyms, unless you have the card. You know what I'm saying? I got to use buzzwords because of YouTube, and they out here playing a censorship game. But yeah, so I'm gonna, I paid a lot of money for my season tickets. You pay upwards of over $40,000 for your season tickets. Come on, let me go in here. Might as well just get this dumb truck out the way. You pay upwards of $40,000 for your season tickets, and then I find out that since I got floor seats, that, there you go, Porsche life. Because I got floor seats, that I can't even,
bro, your lights are on,
be sitting close to the players unless I get the shot or I get a negative test for every game within 48 hours of attending the game. And I don't want that junk up my nose. You got to get like a certain type of test and all of that. Rita, the pharmacy is closed. See, look at God working. God said not today. I don't know, like I said, I'm on the fence. I don't really know what it is that I truly, well, I know what I don't want to do, but at the same time,
is that what Rita looks like behind you?
You know, you see a lot of different reports and the media is promoting it so hard, and you also has this huge rollout and campaign. Like, why are they promoting it so hard, and why is it so important? You know, you got so many other things and it just don't make sense. Oh, my bad, babe. You got so many other things.
Dude, that is Rita.
That destroy people so much, but this one is the thing that's the priority.
Is that Rita or Juanita?
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I don't really want to have a long conversation about it again because YouTube already slapped me on the wrist, especially on my other channel, for having this conversation. So let's go get some ice cream like we intended to do in the first place.
Nah, bro, we're done. All right, I'll take your word for it, though. Deuces.
Is this expected?
Yes, Tumelo, with any vaccine, no matter what it is, there's always the potential of side effects. You know, usually there's a bit of discomfort at the site of the injection. You might have maybe a bit of fever, muscle aches, a bit of fatigue, sometimes diarrhea. So with any kind of vaccine, this is to be expected. We certainly are finding this with the COVID vaccines. And, you know, if the symptoms last 2 or 3 days, I don't think people should be concerned. I feel that concern should be there if the symptoms persist or if they get worse. That's where we should be more concerned. But it is quite normal to have these kind of symptoms, but as long as they don't persist.
Yeah. Can the symptoms be fatal?
Well, certain people can be allergic to the vaccine or the ingredients in the vaccine, and something called anaphylaxis, which is a very sudden allergic response, can happen, and that can be fatal. Furthermore, with some of the vaccines, especially the AstraZeneca, there have definitely been reports of thrombotic events, blood clotting events, and a lot of reports of pericarditis and myocarditis, which is basically inflammation of the lining of the heart or the actual heart muscle. So that's been there. I've definitely heard reports of that. And also heart events, so palpitations, rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath. So if anybody has really extreme symptoms like shortness of breath, your heart beating really powerfully, if you have a very spread out rash over the body, or if you have any chest pains, severe abdominal pain or leg pain when there's swelling, then straight away you should seek medical help. Yeah. Any kind of swelling around the throat, also seek medical help, because those are more severe side effects which have been reported.
Right. Because we know that right now over 35s are currently taking their jabs. For anyone who's actually planning on, going, let's say, for example, today, is there anything that they can do to make these side effects or other symptoms a lot more bearable? Because I've been seeing just unofficial conversation on social media around making sure you eat healthy, you boost up your immune system, just so that the side effects, if they do occur, these symptoms are bearable.
Yes, Tumelo, I think that's very wise. To take care of yourself generally is always so important, to make sure your immune system is strong. And also remember your mind. Fear itself, anxiety, anticipation, that sets off the stress response, which releases adrenaline and cortisol in your body, which suppresses your immune system. That's not good. So although it sounds a bit, woo-woo, actually being in a calm state of mind, being relaxed, taking care of yourself is a good way to approach the whole thing. It really makes a difference to your well-being and also to your potential of side effects.
I'm going to let you go in just a few minutes right now, Julia, but just to also allay some of the fears that's probably been going on right now with the vaccine. What should then one do if they just want to calm themselves and make sure that they're in a better frame of mind before getting themselves vaccinated? Is it necessary to consult with your doctor? Get yourself checked up to see if, you will sort of react in a certain way to the vaccine. Is it even necessary? Because obviously there are financial implications, consultation fees, etc. What do you think mentally should one then do just to calm themselves down and know that they're in a better space, definitely health-wise, to take this vaccine?
Well, the amazing thing that we have our calming agent right with us in every moment, and that is our breath. So deep belly breathing into your belly. When you do that, when you breathe into your belly, so not into your upper chest, because when we're anxious, we tend to breathe very shallowly in our upper lungs. When you breathe deep in your belly, your diaphragm drops and it activates the vagus nerve, which kicks in your parasympathetic nervous system, and that calms everything down. So a very simple thing, deep belly breathing, long, slow, deep breaths is really an amazingly simple way to calm your nervous system down. And I don't think you need to be running to the doctor to check everything out, because it just creates more panic and anxiety. It's very difficult to predict, side effects. So breathe into your belly, remain calm, and it's just such a powerful way to breathe into your belly very deeply. It really helps to calm the whole system down.
Yeah, Julia, I wish I had this conversation with you before some of my colleagues got vaccinated. I'm not saying to I'm just saying that I wish we had spoken about this to calm some of those who are fearful of the actual jab into the skin. But thank you so much for talking to us. Julia Crisculo, just making sure that we understand there are side effects and symptoms to this, but be calm, stay calm. These are mild symptoms, but be sure to check your doctor if, of course, you see anything that is exacerbated there.
Well, there you have it. The jab. No, that was not a COVID cough, by the way. So I hope you were all informed. But again, let's face it, it's been 4 years now. Everybody pretty much on the earth that is still alive, typically more than half the people watching this, will have not had taken the jab. And so they know already. You guys already know. Some vaccines, I can understand, a tetanus shot or a booster shot or, I don't know, chicken pox. I don't know. I've had stuff when I was a kid. And, if I was, if it hadn't been, maybe, I wouldn't be here right now. But that COVID-19, forget about it. With that said, everybody have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, make your vibe. #Manwich. Good night.
So goodbye for us. You have to say it, baby. And us in Texas, you wanna try, baby. I know you can. I know your heart, and you will figure